Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the Crow's Nest. Welcome if you are new. We are a spiritual olive mind community, learning as we grow along our ascension journey. We're going to get into our message for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on. This is collective, so although it might not resonate with everyone, it is timeless. So if it finds you and it resonates with your journey, then it's meant for you at that time. This is my second time going to record this message today. I feel like there's a feeling of self-doubt in the collective. I was just like, really second guessing myself, even though the message was like super bomb. And I stopped the message and I was like, wait, what? Why did I do that? So we're back. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that, about this like second guessing yourself. That's like actually part of the message that came through for today. So let's talk about what is some of what I channeled for this message, and then we'll get some confirmation with the tarot and some guidance based on that message. I just noticed my cards got kind of bumped around somehow, and I don't know, maybe my cats were on my desk, but very interesting. There's like a sense of things being shuffled around. Like I said, I was like really second guessing myself, and my voice just cracked right there. So let's talk about it. The frequency of the energy at the time that I'm recording this, it's all about 11 right now. This is a master number. This is the master intuitive, makes up the triangle of enlightenment, and some of you might be like a life path number 11 or born in the 11th month. I just heard. I don't usually get timelines, so that's interesting. But this is linking to something that I posted on TikTok not too long ago, an update for those who are resonating with my messages about your abilities of light language either being awoken within you or further developed. So this definitely could be speaking in regards to that message. Or you could be seeing a lot of 11s today, or 1111. I heard earlier in the first time that I tried to record this, just as confirmation that this message really was for you. You might also be seeing numbers like 1221 or 1221, like numbers that mirror each other. And number 13 is going to be significant today. Going back to colors, blues, purples, reds, and pinks are so significant. That's been going on for days now. I talk about it in all my messages, so I'll make sure I link my timeless guidance message playlist for you all. Guideless. Some of you are feeling like really misguided, like feeling as though you don't have a guide to look up to, like a role model or like some kind of positive example to lead you. Is kind of like you're just like making it up as you go, but in a way that is very resourceful. Very resourceful. We'll talk about that. So you'll also notice today butterflies might be significant, specifically blue butterflies, and moonstone. I heard the word moonstone with the Finding Inner Peace deck when 8 of those cards tried to come out. We'll talk about it. And you know, I put stones on my decks to cleanse the decks every day before I start the reading. And with the Finding Inner Peace, that's when I heard moonstone. And I actually don't have moonstone. I put quartz instead. I figured that was the next best thing. But so I just feel like maybe some of you, if you have moonstone, work with moonstone, or just look into the significance of like the meaning of moonstone and how it resonates with you. There just could be some messages there, particularly in regards to restabilizing the sense of inner peace within yourself. And I'll just kind of jump there real quick for a second. I was going to save it for a little bit, but I did also feel like the infinity symbol was going to be significant today. And then later on, I wrote down about the Finding Inner Peace, 8 of those cards coming through. So that just gave me that vibe of that infinity symbol. There's a sense of like infinity. I just heard too, infinity and beyond, for in regards to this like state of inner peace that you're finding within yourself. The elements, the earth element is very significant today, as well as moon energy. And also ladybugs are very significant. I'm just hearing now as well that could be tied to these messages about the color red and the honor and the dignity with the feminine energy that's connecting to. Something about their wings are red. So I'm seeing the Temperance card. Get out. That's from yesterday's message. I'll link that for you. And birds. And I feel like with the message with the birds is this ongoing message about communication coming into you from the birds. Like your guides are communicating to you through birds, as birds are messengers of spirit. So This message has been ongoing for weeks now, every single day for me, and almost every reading that I do. So again, just strong emphasis, just pay attention to the birds, listen to the songs that they're singing, research them. There's just some messages there. There's like a significance in the bird that you're seeing, or the birds that you're seeing, or count how many you're seeing, things like that. There's just going to be signs or synchronicities, things like that for you that will resonate with your journey. And then I started with the tarot cards today in terms of like shuffling and cleansing. I usually save that for the end. And what happened is the Six of Pentacles came through, and I was really getting that vibe of that reciprocity. And with the Three of Wands as well, I was feeling a sense of like obstacles and delays. And I feel that that's coming in because of, with the Six of Pentacles, I'm getting this sense of, again, tying into past messages, recent messages about needing to release your protectiveness in regards to your ability to trust working with other people, whether that be collaborating with the birds and your spirit team, your higher self, other people on your journey. Maybe you're bringing in your soul tribe and you're doubting yourself if those are people that you can work with, that you can trust with these vulnerable truths that you have. So there, I'm just really getting that that energy of you just there's like a sense of an emotional instability coming up because of that. And it's because a sense of you're like holding yourself back in regards to being able to reciprocate the collaborative forces I'm hearing that are around you and trying to co-create with you right now. And I got that with the King of Cups in the reverse position, and then the Ten of Wands in the reverse as well. And I just feel like you're resisting putting this behind this, and again, it's easier said than done, releasing trauma associated with trust. I really channeled this really strong for a lot of you recently about like the kinds of abuse that you went through, and the kinds of like risky lifestyle patterns and choices that you made as a result of trying to cope and numb and dissociate even. But that's being healed at this point, right? But I've been feeling that, even though you've overcome so much in regards to letting that go, there's still some final fragments. Oh, I said that in a reading recently too, fragments, like something was being shattered, the fog from the vision, right? And yeah, and I just feel as though it's the ending that you're resisting is this sense of that it's like I see the Fool being pushed off that cliff that he's about to jump off of. Like, it's like you want to be a free spirit, and you're like, there's that sense of self-doubt, right? Like, you want to jump off that cliff, you want to trust people, you want to take adventurous risks, healthy risks, right? Now you've gone from making unhealthy choices that have been very risky to now you are being led by healthy choices that are risky in a sense of spontaneity and adventure, and that can lead you to success. I just heard entrepreneurship, and it's like I see like you go to jump off and you're like, oh, but it's a cliff. Your ego mind kicks in for a second, and like maybe on like the Fool card we don't see that the ground is just like right there. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those things where it's like a matter of perspective. It looks like you're on top of a mountain and you're going to jump into the ocean. I actually just saw the west coast of the east coast of Canada, like Newfoundland's scenery. But there's like a sense of you go to jump off because you're like, yeah, I'm ready for this, and then you're like, oh, but that's scary. But then it's like someone just kind of like pushes you because just like go for it. I feel like just this is a sense of like you are so ready to release feeling as though you need to protect yourself from other people or your spirit team, or even for some of you that was a message about hiding from your own light, right? Hiding from your higher self. And again, that was a message in regards to you were hiding from yourself because of how powerful your spiritual abilities are, and that connected to the messages about light language. So if you're like me and you're like, why do I move my hands so much when I'm talking? Things like that, just pay attention to yourself and you might notice if that's for you. So the next thing from there, that was like a little side rant that I wasn't expecting to come through. So already channeling some confirmations here. And also the Justice, the King Cups came out a second time after that Ten of Wands with the Justice card. And I feel, again, this sense of a cause and effect in regards to you have been hesitant to reciprocate this like sense of co-creation, that I feel like there's just like a lot of like collaborative energy around you, and you've been resistant to co-creating with it. And then this is putting you in a place where you feel as though there's like obstacles and delays in front of your path, and that it's making you feel emotionally unstable because you're not manifesting your desires. And it literally is just like this pattern of like this cause and effect, because you're resisting that final sense of release in regards to this co-creation or this collaboration. And then there was also the Magician that came out right after that, in a transitional energy, going from feeling as though there was like poor planning and untapped talents, going into that sense of resourcefulness, like I said early in the beginning. So moving on from there, there was a message as well about tasting something sweet. And this is a message about reconnecting with the inner feminine. The feminine energy is connected to sweetness. And so by connecting to things that taste sweet, it is helping us to reconnect with the inner feminine. I also just heard blood pressure. Some of you, and I've been channeling this a lot about the physical body, how important it is right now to be caring for your physical vessel because it carries your soul. And I was just getting for some of you, what was I saying about something sweet? Yes, there's just something about like something connected to when you eat something sweet, it's going to help your blood sugar. I don't know if I'm reading for someone who is a diabetic, but I'm just feeling guidance to just like really care for your physical body, or even get a checkup if you're feeling guided or have some concerns about what is happening to your physical vessel. And then the next thing as well, there is something here about listening to the wisdom of your feelings. And I really connected that to the King of Wands, or sorry, the King of Cups. I don't know why I said King of Wands. With the feeling emotionally unstable because of this like pattern that's being created as a sense of your hesitance to collaborating and co-creating. You know, your feelings are indicators, you know, they're messengers as well about your journey. They try to signal to you the messages that you need to know in order to navigate your journey. And so I just really connected that to listen to the wisdom of your feelings, because it's like intuitively, again, there's that 11, right? Intuitively, you know that it is not allowing yourself to reciprocate the co-creation around you that is putting you in this state of emotional instability as a result of not obtaining the things that you're working towards. And I see that you work really, really hard for this as well. In the first part as well, what was I doing earlier? I think it was when I was shuffling for that TikTok reading, I saw like the Ten of Wands and cards like that as well. Oh, I did say Ten of Wands. It's here. It's here. I'm looking right at it. And as soon as I said Ten of Wands, I looked at that infinity symbol. And I said King of Wands as well. Like, you are so passionate about what you are moving towards, okay? We have a visitor. Hey, Jackie. Okay, so that was a confirmation for some of you out there. It's 13:33 on the timer. 333 really does connect into that TikTok reading. But cats are very independent. You know, they speak about independence. So there is a sense about you having been very independent on your journey, or feeling as though throughout life you've had to be so independent. So you feel like that's just become part of your identity. But as humans, we are like in this physical experience. This is the only experience that we get to experience things like emotions and feelings and connecting with other physical beings, right? So there is a message about releasing that sense of needing to protect yourself from that, or feeling as though it's not necessary for you. That definitely resonates with me too, as well as like, as I say this, I'm like, I definitely could be working on this a little bit as well. I tend to reserve myself a lot. I like to work really hard at protecting my energy, and sometimes that's to a fault, right? So, and also she is orange. And so what I'm getting from that as well is that fire energy. She came in right as I was talking about the King of Cups. I said King of Wands instead, speaking about the passion that you have for what it is that you're trying to build right now. And then we also had something about hearing truth with card 21 in, what deck was that? Finding Inner Peace, I think. And that brings me to 3 energy again. So like I said, 3s are really significant today. 13, 33, 3, 3, 3, 3. I don't know why I said 33, but it came out. So hearing the truth. And I feel like, again, this is hearing the truth of your feelings and trusting in, like, hearing the truth of what you know within your intuition in regards to what you feel in your feelings. It's like this reciprocity, even like a sense of this like obstacles. There's a sense of obstacles in the reciprocity that you have within yourself. Like, you know that you know, but you're pretending that you don't know, or you're avoiding, like resisting that end. And that's like 10 of Swords energy, really painful stuff. So I just heard, if you don't know, now you know. So we got some more Biggie coming through. Biggie's been coming through in my readings a lot lately. Notorious Big, the rapper. So some of you might be like a big fan of Notorious Big, or there just might be something that you need to hear in those songs. Not too sure. I actually saw the crown now. The crown. There's something about the inner child wearing a golden crown. Interesting. Golden crown. Pay attention if you see a golden crown today, okay? The next thing I had come through was a card about, it's the same card that just keeps coming through in my readings, about nurturing nature and paying attention to the messages with the birds. So again, more confirmation, more guidance, more synchronicities there. And again, I feel like that's going to help you to find inner peace, but also help you to go through the spiritual awakening. These untapped talents that you are now stepping into, connecting with the elements, the sun, the moon, the water, and the earth, are really going to help your physical body to really anchor in the abilities that are coming online for you right now, or that you're further developing. And like I said in the beginning, there were 8 Finding Inner Peace cards that wanted to come through, and I was like, that's too many. So I put them back, but I just thought 8 was a significant number, right? And I wasn't intending to say it when I wrote it down, but again, connecting with Mother Nature will help you to find inner peace. And when I went to write Nurture Nature, I wrote Mother Nature by accident. So again, just guidance to go connect with Mother Earth. She misses her children so much. So we also had number 30 coming through. Again, another Finding Inner Peace affirmation. This one came upright with the 10. So I am blooming, and it has always been within. So again, this is that knowingness that I am going through this development, and I know that I know that I know that I know kind of thing. And you know that this has always been within you, and that this is something that's just being reawoken. I just heard reinitiated, and then I saw someone turning a key, literally very specifically an old Ford pickup truck, someone putting the key in the ignition and turning it on. That's really interesting. Like, I very specifically saw my dad's old pickup truck, really old, rusted 1980s F-150 Ford field truck. I mean, this thing went through the ringer. So Heart Like a Truck, that's you. You feel like that truck. Listen to that song, Heart Like a Truck. I can't remember who that's by, but off the top of my head, but I've channeled that in a reading recently as well. So, and there was another song of hers that I channeled as well about, yeah, it's Heart Like a Truck. That's the one. So that song, that message is coming up again about you. I think that was a message about mastering your ego. Or it was about no, that one was about balancing your spiritual and your physical. That was a good one. I remember that one now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get the confirmation from the tarot. I feel like we got a lot come through already as I was going over this with you, and then we'll get some guidance based on this message. We'll see what comes through, but I'm really feeling like just some guidance on, aside from the continued guidance to listen to the birds, connect with Mother Earth, and to work with Moonstone. What is it that we can do to help ourselves release the fear of taking the risk of just jumping off that ledge for ourselves? And again, I feel like it's kind of a sense of like exaggeration. And again, I'm seeing that child with the crown, right, from Biggie's album. It's like, you are this child, and imagine a child, and they're on a play structure, and they want to come down off of like a platform that they're standing on, and you're like, oh, just jump, and they're like, I can't, it's too high. It's like an inch off the ground. And but for them, where they're looking at it from, this is like I'm jumping off the Eiffel Tower here, right? It's like, imagine the first time as a child you went to jump off a diving board at the pool. It was only 5 feet off the water. You know what I mean? So it's like there's just something about taking that risk, but it's not as big of a risk as it seems. You know what I mean? So what will be the guidance for that? And also, interesting, I'm channeling a lot of stones today. I have calcite on the tarot deck today. I haven't used this stone in a really long time. Calcite, when right before I began my first Kundalini awakening, I was hearing calcite. Like spirit just kept telling me calcite, calcite, calcite. And at the time, it wasn't something that I felt compelled to go out and buy. But I kept bringing it up where I was like, hey, you might want to work with calcite. And it's here now. And this is all about removal of spiritual energy blockages, right? So, and I feel like that could even be the missing link in terms of releasing this cycle. It's just a sense of needing to clear away blockages within our spiritual, but for some of you, emotional body as well. You have trauma trapped in your body, emotions that are trapped in your physical body. But calcite, for some of you, it's very specific about removing blockages within your spiritual energy. I just heard the Force. I'm hearing like Star Wars stuff, like Yoda talking to Luke about the Force has always been within. Yes, it has always been within. Card 10. And 10 to me is all about a regeneration of a cycle, to start a new cycle, to end a cycle, to restart the process with a new beginning, with a fresh, like, I just keep seeing the Fool, the Magician on the bottom of the deck. I love that. We saw the Magician early in the reading, talking about how you're now stepping into what you feel disconnected from your talents. You feel as though there are obstacles here. This could even be speaking to what I was just saying about those feeling as though we're having spiritual energy blockages. All right, so let's get some confirmation. And if you're new here, my name is Crystaljoy, wounded healer and spiritual coach. We just had the Chariot come through in the reverse position. And again, I feel like this is just a confirmation about how you feel as though you've been stuck, unable to move forward. There's a sense here with the Chariot, I always get like duality, balancing the light and the dark, masculine and feminine, as above, so below. And what, like, a sense of there's still an element of needing to balance that inner masculine and feminine to help to, right, okay, this is really specific, to help you to move forward, right, to release those obstacles. What I really just heard was, it's like, this is so specific, your inner feminine, things happen to you that interrupted your feminine energy, that made your feminine energy feel unsafe. And so what ended up happening is the masculine energy stepped forward to protect the feminine. And now it's a matter of the masculine is just in this, like, I feel this overprotectedness of the inner feminine. And so it's about balancing the inner masculine and feminine. Even, going back to, for a while, I was channeling this like negotiation between the inner masculine and the inner feminine, holding space for one another. I'm picking that up again, but I just feel as though it's like the inner masculine has to come to an understanding that there is a difference between providing a sense of security and being overly protective. And I feel like that's what's happening right now is, and this could even be the messages coming in from the birds, just this feeling of trying to get you to listen to your feelings, tune into your physical body and listen to what it's telling you. And it's this, and taste something sweet. It's about not only the masculine energy understanding this about the feminine energy, but allowing the feminine energy, like, just kind of release the reins a little bit. I just see a parent who's like afraid to let a child play on the play structure because, like, oh, what if my kid falls down and gets a scratch or something? It's just like, you gotta let them be. You can't protect them from everything in life, and children are far more resilient than we realize, right? So a message about, for that masculine energy, this could be about your inner masculine, this could be about divine counterparts, but it's about feel a sense of like the masculine needing to find trust within himself that the feminine will be safe. There needs to be an understanding between both energies that like, hey, masculine, it's okay. Like, I know that you want to look out for me and I know you got my back and you do a great job, but like, you got to release the reins a little bit. And this makes me feel like I'm tying this into the messages about what I've been saying about how you've been hiding from your own light. It's like you're hiding from your inner feminine, or masculines are hiding from their counterparts. As soon as I said that, I was really drawn to that this is the 7 card, right? So very spiritual journey. And we have those elements here, where the trees meet the sea. I'm pretty sure it's like supposed to be the Nile River here, but the tree line meets the water line. I see a masculine rolling their eyes right now. I don't know if you ever noticed that on the Chariot card. It looks like the masculine's just like, but I feel that right now. I feel like some masculines just kind of like rolled their eyes at that message. Let's get a little bit more here. Thank you. It's the Knight of Wands in the upright position. A lot of movement here, a lot of action. I feel like the Knight of Wands, though, is like going backwards, revisiting something. It's like the Knight of Wands is going back to the Chariot, like going back to the force, going back to the source of the force. There's something, it's like a sense of having to, like I'm getting 6 of Cups energy, like revisiting the past. This is inner healing. This is going back to, I'm getting that 3 energy. There was a catalyst. This is revisiting something from the past that was a catalyst that made you, that put you in this cycle of what you, like, this is a message about, this is guidance that there's still something within that needs to be healed. And this thing that is still requiring to be healed in your journey, that I feel like is what the birds are trying to get you to pay attention to. They want you, like they're trying to tell you what it is that you need to pay attention to. But this is what's, this whatever it is that's still needing to be healed and cleared away is what's creating this like spiritual energy blockage. But I really do feel that all of this is coming online. I was going to say along. I've been getting 333, like it literally came through in the reading I put on TikTok just before this, and I got it here now. Like really stepping into a sense of alignment, really mastering that inner feminine and masculine. And then as I was going to say that, I was going to say alchemist. So you are not only balancing the inner masculine and feminine, but also like you are one, the unity in between. Like what I get by that is when I do my twin flame readings, not the one that came through yesterday, but how I did them previous to that, before I took my break, was I would get like the 5D energy, and then I would find out what's going on for the masculines in the 3D and the feminines in the 3D. And I'm getting that energy here. It's like the 3D masculine and feminine energy to align with the soul. So we're talking about the physical entities of your masculine and feminine aligning with your soul. This could very well be a twin flame message today, talking about harmonious union, okay? Coming into that state of harmonious union within. The Death card is in the reverse position. The bottom of the deck, this is all about an inner transformation. Woo! But going back and healing something, okay? So I love that message. I feel like that was really enlightening. Like it provided a sense of clarity, I know, for myself as well, because these messages that keep coming through and I'm just like Linda, I hear you, but I don't, like I hear you, but I don't hear you. Like I hear that you're saying something, but I don't hear what you're saying. It's like when someone's trying to explain something and it's like you hear the words that are coming out of their mouth, but like you don't actually comprehend what they're saying or what they're trying to get you to understand. And then I just saw that character, that comedian, where he's like, don't you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Is that Eddie Murphy? Eddie Murphy, when they're on a plane. Yes, you're on a plane. On a plane. And then I also just heard I'm on a boat by Lonely Island. I'm on a boat. A lot of rap music today. So let's get some guidance here. So we know what we need to be focusing on. There's something that needs to be healed still within. I mean, always life is a healing journey that's never going to end. But what is coming up right now? What is the guidance for us to be focusing on in regards to where we should be putting our energy in towards healing so that we can release this spiritual energy blockage so that we can just like seriously come online? I just saw that pillar of light again, like you standing in that pillar of light. I heard beam me up, Scotty. All of this just tried to come through. How many is this? There's 6 cards here. Harmony. I said 6 was going to be important earlier. I said 6, but I didn't write it down. Oh, it was in the TikTok message that I said 6. I'm just going to take them. They're really calling me. The Death card is here. The Hermit in the reverse position. Oh my gosh. The Moon card. Justice. The 10 of Cups. And Judgment, both in the upright. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is a process that you're going through right now, and you're answering the call. You're like, okay, I hear you. I gotta heal. I'm gonna do it because I want my best life. I know I just heard I fucking deserve this. You know you deserve this. The Death card went from the reverse position to the upright position, right? And so I feel as though like this inner transformation that I was getting a moment ago with that is this sense of this inner transformation. Absolutely. I feel like that's a pretty general message, not too specific. The inner transformation that you're making in regards to this death energy is going to manifest in your physical world, right? And so it's like as you go through this inner transformation of like going back, revisiting the past and healing the thing that really like was the vessel for this, what you know, that you know, that you know, that you know. It's like as you heal that, you will start to see your physical reality change. But again, I just feel like that's kind of like we knew that already. The Hermit in the reverse position, again, this is like, again, just like putting emphasis on that inner healing, that inner journey. But in the past, it's like in the past, like major past vibes, when you tried to go to heal these things before in the past, like here is like a revisiting. I'm getting this, and that's why I said 6 of Cups. I keep getting 6 of Cups. It's like in the past when you thought you dealt with this, you thought that you found the light, but it was like you found some of the light, but you realized that you left something behind, kind of thing. And you're going back to get that. And it's like you're going back to, again, the message about clearing away the fog, the pillars of success. You're going back, you're revisiting this because, again, you know who you are, what you want, what you need, and what you deserve. And you're like, I gotta go back and do this again so that I can like really move forward. I gotta go back. I just heard a masculine say, I gotta go back. That made me actually a little bit choked up. I have full body chills right now. I don't know if you can see it. Every hair is standing up right now. As soon as I heard the masculine say, I gotta go back. And it was like desperation. Like, I gotta go back. Like panic. I just heard panic at the disco. And the Justice card in the reverse position, there is a cause and effect. As soon as I pick this up, I'm feeling like such a strong masculine energy right now. This is like going back and like in terms of the cause and effect, it's like, you know, you have to go back to reverse this. This is like Back to the Future vibes. I'm also channeling the movie, what was it called? The Time Capsule, where it's like you try to, oh, that's deep. That's why you didn't want to heal this in the past, because you knew. You knew that you knew that you knew, but you didn't want to admit that you knew. I'm getting the message about you tried to go back in the past and rewrite the past for a different outcome of the future. But what you got wrong is that you can't rewrite the past. No matter how many times you try to go back, no matter at what different points you try to go back to, you can't rewrite the past. You can't change what is. You can rewrite the past in terms of healing, but I see it's like you are quite literally, like, if you've never seen the movie The Time Capsule, he loses his fiance. Like, moments after she says yes to marrying him, she passes. And he just like creates this time capsule. He literally spends his life, or years at least, trying to create this machine to go back to a time when he can go back and save her. And he's successful. And every time he goes back to save her, the only thing is he can't actually save her because you cannot change that outcome. And what I'm getting from that message is just that you can't change what's already happened, but you can rewrite how you carry that story within you. That was really, really specific. Like and again, what I mean by you can rewrite that story within you. Throat chakra right there. Speak your truth, right? Where did I say that? Hearing truth. There's crows cawing outside as soon as that happened as well. It's my spirit animal, so that's messages right there, right? What I meant by you can't, like, rewriting that truth is you can't rewrite the past, right? You can't change what already has happened, but you can change how you heal from it. You know, an example is if you think like, okay, how I'm going to heal from this thing is I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewrite history. You're not going to be successful in healing because that's not how we heal, right? How we heal is we journey within, we go back, we revisit, we go through this transformation, just like you're doing right now, right? So this is basically just confirmation of like, you're on the right path. Just like, keep doing what you're doing. It's painful. The 10 of Wands was there. The 10 of Wands resisting an inevitable end, but I was seeing it as the 10 of Wands. I kept seeing the 10 of Swords in my mind, right? Very, very heavy, painful energy. Like, just the end of defeat, but it's also, again, a lot of 10 energy. In yesterday's reading, it was like 10, 10, 10, 10. And I see that everywhere. There's the infinity symbol, 10 of Wands. I'm getting the 10 of Swords. There's the 10 card from the affirmation deck. Just a lot of 10s happening here. And we're talking about cycles, regenerating the process, regenerating the stage of healing that you're in. So again, this is something that, like, you've already gone through a major part of your healing journey, but now it's just like going back and revisiting the past, because you know that there's something that you missed, or that you chose to just be like, I don't want to deal with that one yet. So I'm just going to pretend I didn't see it while I was down here, right? It's like you forgot something. And it's like you literally saw it. I actually just saw an image of Zelda, like in a cave, and you're like looking for treasure chests, and you see a chest, but you're like, I'm going to pretend I didn't see that one over there, because you know, isn't it in Zelda where it's like in some of those chests, it's like, there's a game that I'm seeing where you're in a cave, you're opening a chest, and some of the things that you're opening, like some of those chests, it's like they're empty. There's nothing in it. And you're like, well, why did I come over here to open this thing if it was a waste of time? So it's like you saw a chest and you're like, I'm going to pretend I didn't see that one, because you wanted it to be empty, because you didn't want to heal from this thing. Because again, that 10 of Swords energy that I'm picking up from the 10 of Wands, you have been resisting healing that part because you knew how painful healing that part was going to be. Let's get 2 messages here. Where are we at? How much time? I should have enough time in my space. Let's get a Finding Inner Peace affirmation, just for like a quick little affirmation that we can carry throughout our day to really anchor this message in. And then we will also get a Seeds of the Sacred Feminine, just as additional guidance on tuning into that inner feminine a little bit more, stepping out of the masculine energy a bit. And I have the quartz stone here. So earlier I was saying I was feeling guided to use moonstone. I didn't have that, but quartz is pretty powerful as well. So we're going to go ahead and get an affirmation for us, just something that we can use to really anchor in the message from today, because I feel like this was a lot to take in. I feel like for some of you, you're like, this is really heavy. I feel the need to say to drink some water and rest after today's message. I feel like this message is even taking a lot out of me today. I'm glad I'm going to the beach to do some work, because I feel like that's just going to help to really, really heal. Water is very healing, right? A lot of guidance for water healing. As I'm saying that, so this is the 26, believing in new beginnings. We saw this yesterday, and the vibe that I get from this card is the 6 of Swords. The releasing the emotional baggage and taking the resources with you, which is like literally everything that we're saying right now, right? The cause and effect of the emotional instability, of the obstacles and delays because you're not being reciprocal in like the trust that's coming in for you, right? Like, you know, right? We covered that. And then the resourcefulness, we mentioned that with like the magician coming through in the beginning. And did we see the magician again? It was on the bottom of the deck at one point, wasn't it? I feel like I saw it again, or I saw it in my mind's eye, just about that resourcefulness, okay? So 26, believing in new beginnings. I am the director of my life and understand the healing power of new beginnings. The healing power of the healing power to bring forth new beginnings. So once again, take this message with you throughout the day, write it down, and anytime that you need to just kind of check in with yourself, just remind yourself, I am the director of my life and understand the healing power of new beginnings. Okay, so let's get some guidance for us, connecting with the seeds of the sacred feminine. And I have the moonstone, or not moonstone, there it is again, Tiger's Eye on that deck today. It's one of my tiniest little stones, but the energy behind it is so powerful. And with this, I really do feel a sense of, I'm seeing like a holograph, and I really do get like magician vibes. I'm getting like Justin Bieber. Yes, anyway, like temperance vibes, like from the message yesterday. That message and this message both wanted to come off the top of the deck. Lie on the ground, right? Connect with Mother Earth, exchange energy with her, and honor your emotions, right? Just like what we said here. Where am I? Listen to the wisdom of your feelings. Okay, and those both came out with the seeds of the sacred feminine. So I feel like, let's get a shuffle, because I feel like someone's like, doesn't count if it just fell off the top of the deck. So let's get one more, and we'll get that last message from the guidebook. There we are. Be kind to yourself. You're going through a process. You are healing. Healing is forever. You're not expected to be perfect. That's a message that keeps coming through for me. Healing is not about reaching perfection. It's not about getting to a state and being like, I'm healed, I did it. No, it doesn't work like that. Healing is forever. So just like go easy on yourself in your journey. Like you have a lot of like high standards for yourself. I don't know why with the 6 of Pentacles, I'm getting like a pedestal vibe. Like in terms of this reciprocity, like what am I getting from that? It's almost like I'm getting a message about like, I don't know how to read this. If like maybe you're not being kind enough to yourself, like maybe this is like a limiting belief in regards to working with other people, right? Because of that trauma. Let's go ahead and get the message from the seeds of the sacred feminine. Maybe that'll clear up what I'm trying to say here. So be kind to yourself. This is on page 24, okay? So, dear gentle soul, you are very gifted in caring for those around you. We are here to remind you that you need to work on caring for yourself. Like your sacred mother, you focus on everyone around you and make sure all your needs are met. Hang on one second. All their needs are met. I read that wrong. I was like, hang on. That's not right. But again, this guidance to make sure that your needs are met, right? This is a great skill, making sure that others' needs are met, right? However, leaving your own needs unmet and unheard dishonors your sacred lineage. Loving yourself is your true and only task. Know your worth, for you are a magnificent being. Be kind to the needs of your heart and listen to the signs when you have overstepped your boundaries. The signs being the feelings, right? Hearing the truth of your feelings, listening to the wisdom of your feelings, okay? I was just drawn to the golden crown again. Golden crown, golden. There's something golden is, I don't know, this is so specific and really interesting. Is there like a restaurant, like a Chinese restaurant with the name Golden something? Let me know if that resonates with you. Let me know. I feel like I should know this. A Chinese restaurant with the name Golden something. Okay. That's really specific. So to live in balance, you must value yourself, allow your own needs to speak their truth, and honor them with your attention. This is sacred work. As you honor your emotional and physical bodies and deepen the love you have for yourself, your love for others will grow. It is sacred law that you will plant into your own heart and mind will become real in the world. These are the seeds of the sacred feminine. Let the seeds of kindness for yourself grow and flourish. There's that message, flourish, blooming, blossoming. And what I really got from that message is a sense about how you continue, like as you're doing the healing, continue the healing, keep doing what you're doing, because like you are on fire right now. But you know, also take this guidance, but oh, I shouldn't have closed that. Where did it go? I need to be looking at it for some reason to help me remember. In regards to this, like how you have been like holding yourself back to this like collaboration and co-creation, is just a sense of like, you know, continue to heal yourself, but also a message about self-love. Again, finding that sustainable amount of self-love from a past reading, to nurture and care for yourself in a sustainable way, not just giving yourself increments here and there, right? Sustainability is the key. And as you continue to love yourself more, that's what's going to help you to learn to trust the collaboration and the co-creation, whether that be with people, guides, your higher self, your counterpart. Take it how it resonates for your journey. So I'll leave you with that. If you want messages specific to your own journey, as this is collective, you can reach out for a booking. All my information is in the description box, but just never trust anyone reaching out claiming to be me, as I will never do that. And like and comment, let me know if this resonated, and let me know if you know the name of this restaurant, because I'm curious. I'm like, I should know the answer to this. I'm gonna like Google it now. And subscribe to be notified when I post next, and I'll see you in my next reading.